By the time you finish watching this video, your heart will have beaten more than 2,000 times. And in that same short span of time, nearly 30 Americans will have suffered a heart attack or stroke. Now here's the part that most seniors never hear. Scientists have discovered that certain little-known foods, many hiding in plain sight at your grocery store, can make each of those heartbeats stronger and lower your risk of stroke. We're not just talking about salmon or oatmeal, the usual heart-healthy suspects. I'm talking about 10 surprising, almost hidden foods that most people overlook. Foods backed by research that can unclog arteries, improve circulation, and keep blood flowing freely to your brain. Some of these foods are as small as a berry. Others are spices you may already have in your kitchen, but never realized could protect your heart. And when combined, they create a powerful shield that medication alone can't provide. So if you're over 60 and serious about protecting your heart and living with energy well into your 80s and 90s, stay with me. Because these 10 mystery foods could be the simple secret to preventing heart disease and stroke, without complicated diets or expensive supplements. Let's start with the first one. 1. Black garlic, the sweet superfood for your heart. When most people think of garlic, they imagine its sharp smell and strong flavor. But there's another form of garlic that many seniors in the U.S. have never even heard of: black garlic. Black garlic isn't a different plant. It's just regular garlic that has been aged under special heat and humidity for several weeks. During this process, the cloves turn dark, soft, and sweet, almost like dried fruit. And while the flavor becomes milder, the health benefits become even stronger. So what makes black garlic so powerful for your heart? The secret lies in a natural compound called S-allylcysteine. Regular garlic already contains compounds that lower cholesterol and blood pressure. But when garlic is fermented into black garlic, the amount of S-allylcysteine increases dramatically. And this compound has been shown in studies to reduce bad LDL cholesterol while helping raise good HDL cholesterol, lower blood pressure in seniors with hypertension, improve the elasticity of arteries, making them more flexible and less likely to clog. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. Over time, they can stiffen and narrow because of plaque buildup. Black garlic helps keep those hoses flexible, allowing blood to flow smoothly and reducing strain on the heart. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed black garlic extract for just 12 weeks saw significant improvements in artery health and blood pressure control. For seniors, this means fewer risks of heart attack or stroke. Now let's talk about something important: the taste. Many older adults avoid raw garlic because it's too strong, causes stomach upset, or leaves that lingering smell. But black garlic is different. It's sweet, tangy, almost like balsamic vinegar or dried figs. That means it's much easier to eat every day and far more enjoyable. How can you use it? Spread a clove of black garlic on whole grain toast instead of butter. Mix it into soups or stews for a rich, savory flavor. Chop it into a salad dressing with olive oil and lemon juice. Or simply eat 1 or 2 cloves as a daily supplement. For seniors, this small habit can go a long way. Imagine adding a simple, flavorful food to your diet that quietly lowers cholesterol, improves blood pressure, and keeps your arteries young. That's the power of black garlic. So if you're looking for a natural, delicious way to protect your heart, consider trying black garlic. It may not be common in every kitchen in America yet, but it's a centuries-old secret that your heart will thank you for. 2. Seaweed, the ocean's secret for a healthy heart. When you think of seaweed, you probably imagine sushi rolls or the green sheets that wrap rice. But here's something many seniors in the U.S. don't realize. Seaweed is one of the most powerful heart-protective foods on the planet. For centuries, people in Japan and Korea have eaten seaweed almost daily. And it's no coincidence that Japan has one of the lowest rates of stroke and heart disease in the world. Scientists believe that seaweed is one of the key reasons why. So what makes this ocean vegetable so special? First, seaweed is rich in fucoidan, a unique compound that helps prevent blood clots and reduces inflammation in the blood vessels. That means it keeps your arteries smooth and flexible, lowering the chance of a blockage that could trigger a heart attack or stroke. Second, seaweed is a natural source of iodine, which supports thyroid health. A balanced thyroid helps regulate your metabolism and keeps your heart rhythm steady. Seniors with iodine deficiencies often face irregular heartbeats, so seaweed can be a simple, natural way to maintain stability. Third, seaweed contains antioxidants and soluble fiber. The antioxidants protect your arteries from damage, while the fiber helps lower cholesterol levels. Think of it like a broom sweeping out excess fats before they can clog your arteries. I once spoke with a retired teacher, Mrs. Harris, age 71, who started adding a small seaweed salad to her meals twice a week. She told me she noticed two things. Her digestion improved, and her doctor was thrilled to see her cholesterol numbers drop. She didn't change much else. Just that one small habit made a real difference. The best part? Seaweed comes in many forms that are easy to use. Nori sheets, the kind used for sushi, can be cut into strips and sprinkled over soups or salads. Wakame can be added to miso soup or tossed into stir-fries. Seaweed snacks are widely available in American grocery stores, crispy, salty, and surprisingly satisfying. Kelp granules can even be used like a seasoning, sprinkled over eggs or vegetables. Now, one important note. Because seaweed is rich in iodine, moderation matters. Eating a few servings a week is enough for heart health. Too much, especially from supplements, may not be safe for everyone. The bottom line is this. Seaweed is one of the ocean's hidden treasures for your heart. It helps lower cholesterol, reduces stroke risk, and improves circulation. All in a food that's light, flavorful, and easy to add to your diet. So if you want to borrow a heart-healthy secret from some of the world's longest living people, start adding a little seaweed to your meals. Your arteries will thank you. 3. Pumpkin seeds. Tiny seeds, big protection for your heart. Sometimes the smallest foods pack the biggest punch. Pumpkin seeds, those little green kernels inside the white shell, are a perfect example. Many seniors toss them out after carving pumpkins at Halloween, never realizing that they're one of nature's best foods for heart health. So what makes pumpkin seeds so powerful? First, they're incredibly rich in magnesium. This mineral plays a vital role in keeping your heartbeat steady and your blood pressure under control. In fact, studies show that seniors who consume enough magnesium have significantly lower risks of heart attack and stroke. Second, pumpkin seeds are loaded with zinc, a nutrient that helps repair tissues and supports the immune system. For the heart, zinc is essential for maintaining healthy blood vessels and regulating inflammation. Third, pumpkin seeds contain an amino acid called arginine. Your body uses arginine to produce nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels, improves circulation, and reduces blood pressure. Think of it as a natural artery relaxer. Here's an example. A research study published in the Journal of Hypertension found that people who regularly consumed pumpkin seed oil experienced notable reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. And the best part? The benefits came without side effects. I remember a senior named Paul, 68, who told me he used to grab potato chips as a snack every evening. His doctor recommended switching to pumpkin seeds. Within months, not only did his blood pressure improve, but he also felt more energetic and noticed less swelling in his ankles. How can you add pumpkin seeds to your daily routine? Snack on a small handful instead of chips or crackers. Sprinkle them on salads, yogurt, or oatmeal for extra crunch. Blend them into smoothies for a creamy, nutty flavor. Use pumpkin seed oil as a salad dressing for a heart-healthy boost. The key is consistency. Eating just a small portion, a quarter cup a day, is enough to supply valuable magnesium, zinc, and heart-healthy fats. So don't underestimate these tiny seeds. They may look small, but inside they carry nutrients that can calm your blood pressure, strengthen your arteries, and keep your heart rhythm steady. For seniors looking for a simple, affordable, and tasty way to protect their heart, pumpkin seeds are one of the easiest changes you can make. 4. Pomegranate, the jewel fruit that protects your arteries. If you've ever opened a pomegranate, you know it's like discovering treasure. Dozens of tiny ruby red seeds, sparkling like jewels, packed inside one fruit. But beyond their beauty, pomegranates are one of the most powerful fruits for protecting your heart and preventing stroke. Why? It comes down to their unique compounds. Pomegranates are loaded with punicillagin, a rare and extremely potent antioxidant found almost nowhere else in nature. These antioxidants act like armor for your arteries, protecting them from the damage caused by free radicals and inflammation. But the benefits don't stop there. Several studies have shown that pomegranate juice can actually reduce plaque buildup in the arteries by up to 30%. Imagine that. Foods usually only slow down plaque formation, but pomegranates may actually help reverse it. For seniors, that means better circulation, healthier arteries, and a lower risk of heart attack or stroke. In addition, pomegranates improve the production of nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens blood vessels. This leads to lower blood pressure and easier blood flow. I recall a senior named Dorothy, 72, who told me she started drinking a small glass of pomegranate juice every morning. After a few months, she noticed her blood pressure readings were better, and she had more energy for her daily walks. Her doctor confirmed that her cholesterol numbers had improved too. Here's how you can enjoy pomegranates. Drink 100% pure pomegranate juice. Just half a cup a day is enough. Sprinkle the seeds over oatmeal, yogurt, or salads for a burst of flavor. Blend them into smoothies with spinach or kale for a heart-healthy breakfast. Or simply eat the seeds as a refreshing snack. One important tip: choose unsweetened juice whenever possible. Pomegranates are naturally sweet, so you don't need added sugar. The takeaway is simple. Pomegranates are more than just a fruit. They're medicine in a natural form. With their ability to lower blood pressure, reduce arterial plaque, and improve circulation, they truly deserve a spot on every senior's table. So the next time you see this jewel-like fruit at the grocery store, don't pass it by. It could be one of the simplest and most delicious ways to protect your heart. 5. Hibiscus tea, the ruby red drink that lowers blood pressure. If you've ever seen a cup of hibiscus tea, you know it's hard to forget. The deep ruby red color, the slightly tart flavor, refreshing both hot and cold. But here's the part many seniors don't know. Hibiscus tea isn't just a pretty drink. It's one of nature's most effective ways to lower blood pressure and protect your heart. Why is it so powerful? Hibiscus is rich in anthocyanins, the same antioxidants that give berries their dark colors. These compounds help relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce inflammation inside your arteries. In fact, they work a little bit like a natural mild diuretic, helping the body release excess salt and fluid, which lowers blood pressure. The science behind it is impressive. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that drinking just 2 to 3 cups of hibiscus tea per day lowered systolic blood pressure, the top number, by an average of 7 to 10 millimeters of mercury. For many seniors, that's almost as effective as prescription medication without the side effects. I remember a woman named Nancy, 69, who struggled with high blood pressure for years. She added hibiscus tea to her daily routine, 1 cup in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Within weeks, her readings improved noticeably. She told me, "It feels like such a simple habit, but I can finally enjoy a natural way to support my heart. How can you enjoy it? Brew a hot cup in the morning instead of coffee. Chill it in the fridge and drink it iced with a squeeze of lemon. Add a touch of honey if you prefer it sweeter. For variety, combine it with ginger or mint for extra flavor and benefits. And here's something important. Hibiscus tea is caffeine-free, which makes it safe for most seniors, even in the evening. However, if you're already on blood pressure medication, it's best to talk with your doctor before drinking large amounts, since it can enhance the effect and lower blood pressure more than expected. The bottom line is this. Hibiscus tea is more than just a colorful, refreshing drink. It's a proven, natural way to lower blood pressure, relax your arteries, and reduce your risk of heart disease and stroke. So next time you want something soothing in the afternoon or a cooling drink on a hot day, skip the soda and reach for hibiscus tea. Your heart will thank you with every sip. 6. Tart cherries. The small fruit with big anti-inflammatory power. When you think of cherries, you probably picture the sweet red ones you buy in summer. But there's another type of cherry, smaller, brighter, and much more sour, that's becoming famous among athletes and scientists alike. Tart cherries. Tart cherries have been studied for years in the sports world because they help runners recover faster after long races. But what most seniors don't know is that these little fruits also have powerful benefits for the heart. The secret lies in their anthocyanins, the same compounds that make hibiscus tea red. Anthocyanins are natural antioxidants that reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and protect the lining of your blood vessels. For seniors, this means lower blood pressure, smoother blood flow, and stronger arteries. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that tart cherry juice lowered systolic blood pressure by about 7 millimeters of mercury, a difference big enough to cut stroke risk significantly. Another study showed that tart cherries reduce levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation strongly linked to heart disease. I once knew a gentleman named Arthur, 74, who suffered from both high blood pressure and stiff joints. He started drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice every evening. After a couple of months, not only did his blood pressure improve, but his joint pain eased too. He said, "It feels like one drink is helping both my heart and my knees." Here's how you can add tart cherries to your routine. Drink 100% tart cherry juice. Just half a cup to 1 cup per day is enough. Enjoy dried tart cherries as a snack, but choose unsweetened versions. Add fresh or frozen tart cherries to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. They taste sour, but that's part of their power. The compounds that make them tart are the same ones that protect your heart. A quick note. Because tart cherries are acidic, drinking the juice before bedtime can sometimes cause reflux in sensitive people. If that's the case, enjoy it earlier in the day. The bottom line, tart cherries may be small, but their benefits are mighty. From lowering blood pressure to reducing inflammation, they're a delicious and natural way to guard your heart and reduce your risk of stroke. So next time you're at the grocery store, look past the sweet cherries and try the tart ones instead. Your arteries will thank you. 7. Beet greens. The overlooked part of the beet that's even healthier. Most people know that beets are good for circulation. Their deep red roots are packed with natural nitrates that relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. But here's something surprising. The leafy green tops of beets, the part many people throw away, are actually even more nutritious for your heart. Beet greens are rich in nitrates, just like the root, which means they help widen arteries, lower blood pressure, and improve oxygen delivery throughout the body. For seniors, this translates into easier breathing during activity, less strain on the heart, and better protection against strokes. But that's just the beginning. Beet greens are also loaded with vitamin K and magnesium, two nutrients critical for heart health. Vitamin K helps regulate calcium in your arteries, preventing dangerous hardening and stiffness. Magnesium supports healthy heart rhythms and keeps blood pressure steady. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people who ate more leafy greens rich in nitrates, like beet greens, had a 20 to 30% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. Yet in the U.S., beet greens are one of the most overlooked vegetables. I remember a woman named Helen, 70, who used to buy fresh beets at her local farmer's market. She always cut off the leafy tops and tossed them in the trash. One day, the farmer told her, "Don't throw those away. They're the best part for your heart." She started sautéing the greens with garlic and olive oil. Within months, her doctor noticed her blood pressure was better controlled. Helen laughed and said, "I had been throwing away medicine all those years. How can you enjoy beet greens? Sauté them with olive oil and a pinch of garlic for a quick side dish. Add them to soups or stews for extra flavor and nutrients. Blend them into smoothies with apples or bananas to balance the earthy taste. Use them in salads, just like spinach or kale. They're versatile, affordable, and widely available wherever beets are sold." The bottom line, don't toss away the tops of your beets. Beet greens are a hidden gem, packed with nutrients that support circulation, lower blood pressure, and keep your heart strong. So next time you buy beets, remember, the real treasure may not be the root, but the leafy greens attached to it. 8. Mulberries, the forgotten berry that protects your heart. When Americans think of berries, they usually picture blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries. But in many parts of Asia, another berry has been treasured for centuries, the mulberry. Sweet, slightly tart, and often used in teas or jams, mulberries are one of the most underrated heart-healthy fruits, and yet most seniors in the U.S. have never even tried them. So why are mulberries so special? The answer lies in a powerful compound called resveratrol. You may have heard of resveratrol as the antioxidant found in red wine that protects the heart. Well, mulberries contain it naturally, without the alcohol. Resveratrol helps strengthen blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and prevent dangerous clots. In addition, mulberries are packed with vitamin C, fiber, and iron. Vitamin C protects arteries from oxidative damage. Fiber lowers cholesterol and keeps digestion healthy. Iron supports healthy red blood cells, ensuring oxygen reaches every part of your body. A study published in the Journal of Functional Foods found that mulberry extract improved cholesterol levels and reduced arterial stiffness in adults at risk of heart disease. For seniors, that means better circulation and lower stroke risk. I remember meeting Mr. Chen, a 75-year-old who grew up in China. He told me he had eaten mulberries since childhood, straight from the tree. After moving to the U.S., he noticed they were almost impossible to find in grocery stores. But he still ordered dried mulberries online. He said, "They keep my blood strong and my heart young." How can you enjoy mulberries in America? Dried mulberries are the easiest to find. Add them to oatmeal, yogurt, or trail mix. Mulberry tea is popular in Asian grocery stores and can be a soothing drink. Frozen mulberries are sometimes available and make a great addition to smoothies. Or, if you're lucky enough to live near a mulberry tree, try them fresh in season. The best part: mulberries are naturally sweet but lower in sugar than many other fruits, making them especially good for seniors watching their blood sugar. The bottom line is this: mulberries are a forgotten berry with powerful heart benefits. They protect your arteries, improve circulation, and give you a delicious natural way to reduce your risk of heart attack and stroke. So if you're looking to add variety to your fruit basket and a boost for your heart, give mulberries a try. They may become your new favorite mystery fruit. 9. Natto, Japan's secret food for preventing stroke. At first glance, natto might not look very appealing. It's a sticky, stringy, fermented soybean dish that has a strong smell and flavor. But in Japan, millions of people eat natto regularly, often for breakfast. And researchers believe it's one of the reasons the Japanese have some of the lowest rates of stroke and heart disease in the world. So what makes natto so special? The answer lies in a unique enzyme called nattokinase. This enzyme is produced during the fermentation process and has remarkable effects on the blood and circulation. Nattokinase helps break down fibrin, the protein that makes up blood clots. By reducing clot formation, natto lowers the risk of blockages that can trigger a heart attack or stroke. Think of it as a natural, gentle clot buster. But the benefits don't stop there. Natto is also rich in vitamin K2, which plays a crucial role in keeping calcium out of the arteries and in the bones where it belongs. For seniors, this means stronger bones and cleaner, more flexible arteries. A study published in the Nutrition Research Journal showed that people who consumed natto regularly had significantly lower risks of cardiovascular death compared to those who didn't. And another Japanese study found that nattokinase supplementation improved blood pressure in seniors within just 8 weeks. I remember meeting a Japanese-American woman named Keiko, age 70. She told me that when she was a child, her grandmother would always insist on serving natto with rice for breakfast. She admitted she didn't like the taste back then, but now, as a senior, she eats it proudly, knowing it's part of what kept her family members living long, active lives. How can you try natto in the U.S.? Many Asian grocery stores carry packaged natto in the refrigerated section. You can mix it with rice, soy sauce, or mustard to balance the flavor. For those who don't enjoy the taste, nattokinase supplements are also available, though whole natto offers more complete nutrition. A quick note: because natto is high in vitamin K, seniors on blood-thinning medications like warfarin should talk to their doctor before adding it to their diet. The takeaway is simple. Natto may not look glamorous, but it's one of the most powerful foods for heart and brain health. By reducing blood clots, lowering blood pressure, and protecting arteries, this humble soybean dish has earned its reputation as Japan's secret weapon against stroke. So if you're open to trying something new and a little adventurous, natto could be the mystery food that helps keep your heart beating strong. 10. Sorghum, the ancient grain that protects modern hearts. When most Americans think of grains, they think of wheat, rice, or oats. But around the world, especially in Africa and Asia, another grain has been nourishing people for thousands of years: sorghum. Sorghum is a small, round, gluten-free grain, sometimes called millet or sweet sorghum, that's naturally rich in compounds most seniors rarely get in their daily diet. And here's the surprising part. Sorghum may be one of the best grains for your heart. Why? It all comes down to its polyphenols, plant compounds with powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. These polyphenols help reduce damage to the lining of your arteries, lower cholesterol, and protect against the slow buildup of plaque that leads to heart disease. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that people who consumed sorghum regularly had improved cholesterol profiles, with lower LDL bad cholesterol and higher HDL good cholesterol. For seniors, that means better circulation and lower risk of both heart attack and stroke. But there's more. Sorghum is also high in fiber, which helps sweep cholesterol out of the body and keeps digestion smooth. Rich in protein, making it a more filling choice than white rice or refined grains. Packed with minerals like magnesium and iron, essential for blood pressure control and healthy red blood cells. I once spoke with a retired farmer named Samuel, age 73, who grew up eating sorghum porridge every morning. When he switched to white bread and refined grains later in life, his cholesterol started creeping up. After returning to sorghum, his numbers improved, and he told me, "It feels like going back to the food of my childhood gave me back my health." How can you enjoy sorghum in the U.S.? Cook it like rice and serve it as a side dish. Use sorghum flour for baking gluten-free bread or muffins. Try popped sorghum. It looks like mini popcorn, fun, and heart-healthy. Add cooked sorghum to soups or stews for extra texture and nutrition. Because it's gluten-free, sorghum is also a safe choice for seniors who have digestive issues with wheat. The bottom line is this: sorghum may not be common in American kitchens, but it's a grain worth rediscovering. By lowering cholesterol, reducing inflammation, and providing steady energy, it's a simple way to strengthen your heart with every meal. So if you're looking for a grain that's both ancient and surprisingly modern in its health benefits, give sorghum a try. It just might become your new favorite heart-healthy staple. We've just uncovered 10 mystery foods that most seniors in America rarely eat. Yet each one carries powerful protection for your heart and brain. From black garlic and seaweed to tart cherries, beet greens, and even ancient grains like sorghum, these foods are simple, natural ways to lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of heart attack or stroke. The best part? They're not exotic medicines or expensive supplements. They're everyday foods waiting to be added to your plate. By including even a few of them in your weekly routine, you give your heart the strength to keep beating strong, and you give yourself the gift of more healthy, energetic years. Remember, protecting your heart isn't just about living longer. It's about living better, walking without fear, sleeping peacefully, and enjoying time with your children and grandchildren. So start today. Pick one of these foods, try it this week, and notice the difference it makes. Your heart will thank you. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and check out our other videos on senior health and stroke prevention. Because knowledge is the first step, and action is what keeps you alive and thriving.